Hello and welcome to a Believing Hard podcast, a podcast about video games and the like. I'm your host, Mario 8th. Find me across the internet, all at Mario 8th. I'm on the Twitters, the Tumblrs, the co-hosts, and if you'd like to see the games I'm playing, I'm on ggf.io, and if you'd like to listen to the audio version of this podcast, you can find it on all podcast services around the globe, maybe, or on anchor.fm/Mario8th. So as for today, there's no news today. Of course, plenty of things happened. Some Silent Hills were announced. Sorry to any Silent Hill 2 fans, you don't deserve what Bloober is going to do to that game. I will also be permanently calling the new one Silent Hill Forte, since that's how the F is being stylized. Helena Taylor admitted to obfuscating how much she was actually being offered for her role as Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3, but my opinion on the situation hasn't changed much since I spoke on it last week. I do still think voice actors should be paid more, plus get residuals, but also Taylor should have been more clear with her initial messaging. But none of this is sparking, joy in me. I've either already talked about it or don't really have too much to say, at least without someone else to discuss it with who's more an expert on the respective topic. So this week I'll instead be talking mainly about what I've been doing. Sure hope I did enough to fill up enough on time. Oh shoot, I've only done like 2 things, so this one is going to be a little bit of a shorter one. So the main thing I've been doing is the main thing I'd like to talk about that I've been doing is continuing to get through Super Mario in Review. Now you can watch Super Mario in Review every other Saturday, at least until the new year, then I'll be going weekly, but you can watch it on youtube.com/Mario8th, and also I think the playlist might be in the description or the show notes, whichever one you're looking at. And that being said, now this has never happened before. Usually when I'm recording this video on Wednesday and I have a new episode going up on Saturday, like it is this Saturday, I will be doing this podcast, and then over the course of the next couple days, I will be rushing to get the video done. But that's not the case. Now, the audio has been done for a while, but I have already finished editing my Super Mario Land 2 video, finished editing it, finished rendering it and uploading it, and it is scheduled on my YouTube channel to just release, and I finished it like almost a week ago, and it feels really good to not have to worry about it. I also finished a couple more audios. I was already up to Mario Galaxy as of last week, and I finished up to Mario Galaxy probably a while ago, almost a couple months, and I took a bit off, but I finished the next 2, New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Mario Galaxy 2. The audios are done for that, and I feel like I'm on a roll. I might do another audio today, and I've only got 5 left. And then I just have to edit the videos for all of them. That being said, of all the things in terms of editing I like doing, editing the video is just my least favorite. I also don't like editing the audio in terms of my voice, but I love putting music to it. And so I'm getting real close with that. You can find it on youtube.com/Mario8th. Please watch it. I'm putting a lot of work into it, and I'm pretty proud of it. So, I'm not proud of much stuff that I do, so please check it out. I also watched a non-nerd related movie the other day, the Michael Mann film The Insider, and I, with an asterisk, really liked it. At the way that The Insider is, I should have really loved it. It had some great actors, it had good storylines, it did flow pretty well, it was very well filmed, and everything about the film should have sung out to me. But for whatever reason, when I watched it, I just couldn't hold my attention. I don't know why. I was really mad at my computer. Like 4 days previously, I was able to plug my desktop into my TV, and it would just act normally. But now, whenever I open up VLC Media Player, and who knows, maybe it's changed again, but back then, when I watched it, I would do full screen on VLC, and then the taskbar would still be at the bottom, covering up a portion of the movie. And that wouldn't do. If I turned my other 2 monitors back on, then it wouldn't do that anymore. I don't know why. It was incredibly frustrating. Also, it was messing with the text on the screen, and which case I just couldn't read it anymore, even on the regular 2 monitors. It just never done any of that before. I was frustrated. I'd also just gone for a walk, which usually that should calm people down. I've heard going for walks calms people down, but it doesn't calm me down for the most part. But yeah, I still really enjoyed the movie, but I feel like I need to watch it again with a better mindset. Good movie though. Al Pacino's in it. Dunkachino. Listen to last week's episode where I remember his name through Dunkachino. It's a good segment. Cause I'm stupid. And the last thing I've done was just continue to play through more Psychonauts. And I'm happy to be playing through Psychonauts. It is an old 3D platformer collectathon. Some of the collectathon segments suck. I really don't like the main collectible, the figments, because they're 2D sprites that if you are looking at them at the 2D angle portion of it, they're just invisible. And then sometimes they fade and dim and fade in terms of brightness, and it's just really frustrating to collect them all. But also there's a lot of really clever things being done in this game. I didn't wind up liking the level that was a Godzilla type. I'm blanking on the word. The Godzilla tribute. But it was a neat thing for a platformer to do. I just finished the Milkman level, which had you going around this really twisty-turvy Mario Galaxy type level and looking for items that allowed you to get to different areas because that are blocked off as disguises. If you hold them, you're disguised and you can go into different areas. And the idea was really clever. I don't think it was implemented perfectly, but again, it's a really cool thing that they did. It's just not hitting all the highs that I wanted to. Anyway, I'm glad I'm playing it. I've only heard great things about the second Psychonauts, and so I'm playing through the first one so I can get to the second one, and I'm happy to be playing through it. I don't think it's going to be in my favorite games ever, but I'm happy to be experiencing it to see how, because this is a good platformer, especially from 2005, which is when it's released. It had some really good ideas, and I'm really happy to be seeing these ideas and see how they're evolved for the next one, or see how other platformers of the time either did or didn't use them. That being said, I've also been thinking about Mario Sunshine a lot. It only released 3 years before Psychonauts, and I don't know, I still think Sunshine's a good game, and I'm gonna go back to Sunshine sooner than I go back to Psychonauts. And anyway, much shorter one this week. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Mario 8th. Again, you can find me at all my socials, which our links are in the show notes. Or you can find the audio version of the podcast on anchor.fm/Mario8th. And again, please go to youtube.com/Mario8th and check out Super Mario in Review. I think it is a pretty good series, and I would appreciate it if other people maybe did too? I don't know how to sell myself, apparently. If you like this podcast, maybe leave a rating, leave a comment if they're allowed. I know iTunes rankings are popular. Again, I prefer listening to podcasts via the audio version, and so go to the anchor.fm to see where to find it, or just plug in Apple Music, iTunes, whatever the audio stuff is on. You can find it on audio services. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.